Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're diving into a topic that's super relevant to all of us, mental health and wellness.
It is.
You guys sent in a really interesting mix of stuff,
Yeah.
articles, research, even some personal stories.
Mhm.
And to help us unpack all of that, we've got our expert here who can connect the dots
Right.
between the clinical stuff and the everyday things that we all experience.
Yeah, it's a great collection of sources.
Right.
And I'm especially interested in how you've included stuff on both anxiety and PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me think you're really curious about
Yeah.
how these conditions affect people's lives and the different ways they can be treated.
Totally. It's like you're searching for those practical tools and strategies
Yeah.
that can actually make a difference.
Absolutely.
Speaking of practical things, did you know that anxiety can show up in ways that go way beyond just feeling stressed?
Oh, for sure. One of your sources actually lists a whole bunch of physical symptoms
Really?
that people often overlook.
Like what?
Things like a rapid heartbeat, chest pain, shortness of breath,
Wow.
even digestive issues and muscle tension.
Oh, wow.
It's crazy how much anxiety can actually mimic the symptoms of a heart attack.
That's scary.
It is,
Yeah.
which can then lead to this vicious cycle of worry.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hearing that list, it's no wonder I'm so exhausted sometimes.
Right.
I always thought it was just me being dramatic,
Yeah.
but now I'm like, oh, maybe all these things are connected.
Exactly.
If your body's constantly in that fight or flight mode,
Mm-hmm.
it's got to wear you down.
It's going to wear you down. And it's not just about feeling drained either.
Right.
That state of being on high alert all the time can actually make existing health conditions worse,
Really?
like IBS, asthma, even heart disease.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like your body gets stuck in overdrive,
Mm-hmm.
which,
Those are no joke.
no, they're not.
And then there's social anxiety disorder,
Yeah.
which I know a lot of people struggle with, myself included.
Yeah.
It's more than just being shy. It's
Yeah.
that intense fear of being judged
Yeah.
or scrutinized in social situations.
It can be totally debilitating.
It is.
One of your sources, a TEDx talk by Dr. Fallon Goodman, actually highlights this.
Oh, cool.
She says that social anxiety is a burden not just for individuals,
Mm-hmm.
but for society as a whole.
Wow, that's a good point.
It prevents people from really participating in life.
Yeah.
Building relationships, pursuing their goals.
Makes you think about the ripple effects.
It does.
And it's important to note that just like other anxiety disorders,
Yeah.
social anxiety can be treated.
Absolutely.
Your sources mention different therapy approaches, including one called exposure therapy.
Yes. What's interesting about exposure therapy is that it gradually introduces you to the things that trigger your anxiety,
Okay.
but in a safe and controlled environment.
Oh.
So it's like dipping your toe in the water
Yeah.
instead of being thrown in the deep end.
Right.
By facing those fears little by little, you learn to manage your anxiety
Okay.
and build your confidence.
That's fascinating, like rewiring your brain.
It is.
But I imagine it takes a lot of courage and commitment.
It does. And it's definitely not a quick fix.
Right.
But the research suggests that it can be super effective for a lot of different anxiety disorders,
Okay.
including social anxiety.
That's encouraging.
It is.
I also noticed that your sources mention the idea of a safety plan
Oh, yeah.
as a tool for navigating social situations. Can you tell us more about that?
Of course. A safety plan is basically a strategy for figuring out
Okay.
where the exits are or the safe spaces in a new environment.
Oh, interesting.
It's about giving yourself a sense of control,
Okay.
knowing you have an escape route, even if you don't end up using it.
Like a mental out button.
Exactly.
I can definitely relate to that.
Yeah,
Sometimes just knowing you have that option can really reduce anxiety in those situations.
it can. And in addition to safety plans,
Mm-hmm.
your sources recommend practicing mindful listening,
Okay.
being aware of your body language,
Mm-hmm.
and even challenging yourself
Okay.
by stepping out of your comfort zone in small ways,
Little by little.
little by little. Exactly.
It seems like therapy, especially CBT, plays a key role in this whole process.
Absolutely. CBT helps you identify and challenge those negative thought patterns
Okay.
that often fuel anxiety. It's about learning to reframe your thinking and developing healthier coping skills.
So you're basically retraining your brain
Yeah.
to respond to those anxious thoughts in a more constructive way.
You got it. It's about empowering yourself
Mm-hmm.
to break free from those negative thought loops.
Love that.